Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here. A second ago we were like glitching.
I got so excited. I just popped this up first. Yeah, we were glitching.
Popped this up and it was like Matrix.
Yeah.
Are you glitching?
No.
Okay, God, you scared me for a minute.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to 9 News Now. Boy, what a busy Friday it's
really
been so far.
It really has turned into that. And I know everybody kind of wants to focus on the forecast as well. We're going to get to Dr. Steve Caparotto in a quick second because we got to talk about it. But want to start on the roads a little bit as well because, you know, school time, right? Always kind of crazy. But for some folks, you can see less traffic right now.
That's it. It's because EBR school systems, they've pushed back school a little bit for 2 hours. We're going to touch on the news of that story, but let's get to Johnny, who's getting a live look on the roads. Hey, Johnny.
Could go either way, though, really, to be honest. Less traffic, more traffic. A lot of mom and dads, grandparents, aunts and uncles that normally don't take their kids to school because the kids ride the bus. They may be out, maybe for the first time this morning. So watch for school zones and please pay attention to where you are. And remember, hands-free devices or don't talk on the phone at all during through a school zone. So we'll keep an eye on that. They'll give you the headlines on what's going on with those buses in just a second, right after Steve Caparotto does weather. Right now, quickly in traffic, not bad this morning. Starting to see a little buildup right there past Bluebonnet toward Essen, and then it thins out a little when you get to the top of that overpass. Narrow lanes, 50 miles per hour is the posted limit right in that area, and then right past College toward Acadian. Still seeing the Acadian off-ramp backing up onto the interstate, so we have a little right lane traffic from College to Acadian on I-10 westbound. We'll keep an eye on all of that for you. Bridge traffic is behaving nicely this morning. By the way, if you're coming in from Lafayette, not right now. Everything looks fine now, but coming in from Lafayette this weekend, there's going to be an eastbound lane closures right around Henderson, 8 o'clock tonight through noon tomorrow. So that could be, that's a pretty heavily traveled period of time there. And you could see some backups into Breaux Bridge. And again, that's after 8 o'clock tonight and only coming from Lafayette. If you're going to Lafayette today or over the weekend right now, everything looks really good. 7:05, 5 minutes after. Thank you for staying with us here on The Plus. We go to Steve Caparotto right now in the WAFB First Alert Storm Center. No storms, but hot temperatures. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Johnny. Yeah, heat advisory now back in effect. We're going to see more of these into the weekend, if not some excessive heat warnings. Humidity on the way up. Bright sunshine to start out this morning. That's our Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. After many of us enjoyed the 60s yesterday morning, it's 76 Baton Rouge, 74 Gonzales. Still some 60s near north of the state line, but that good feeling air will be on the way out here shortly. And you can see in places like Baton Rouge running 7 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Gonzales to New Roads 6 degrees warmer. So trending in the wrong direction, unfortunately. Temperatures in the mid-90s by noon. The high today I've got up to 102. That would be a new record high. Sunshine expected from start to finish. But it's the combination of the temperature and humidity that increases our heat concerns into the weekend. Heat index numbers rebounding close to 110 maybe in some areas this afternoon. Probably topping 110 at times this weekend. That's why I say additional heat advisories and or warnings likely. We're going to have an expansive dome, a high pressure setting up over the next several days, right on into next week. Centered a little bit north of us this time, but ultimately it's going to be a big influence in our weather once again. Now, as we update you on the tropics on the Pacific side, boy, look at this. Hurricane Hillary, Category 4, maximum winds 145 miles per hour. You're going to hear a lot about this one because it moves northward and potentially makes it all the way into Southern California by late this weekend or Monday. Could even still be a tropical storm at that point, which is exceptionally rare. Now, the main impact is going to be heavy rain in California, the Southwest, but still a very rare setup. Closer to home, nothing in our part of the world, the tropics right now, but we've got strong tropical wave near the Cabo Verde Islands, and then along what we call this monsoon trough, this elongated area low pressure. We're watching a couple of other areas and also a tropical wave that's now moving into the southeastern Bahamas this morning. So, boy, this tells you it's August in the Atlantic, right? Now, the National Hurricane Center giving best development odds to the easternmost feature, odds at 70%, the one west of it 40%, and then west of that 30%. Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing numbers trend a little bit higher on that feature, and then the one that's headed into the Gulf of Mexico by Sunday into early next week. Development odds still listed at 30%. I also think you'll see these numbers going up on that feature as well. Here's some evidence of that. The European ensembles, so you remember, take the European model, and they rerun it about 50 times, tweak the conditions a little bit, and what we get ultimately are 51 different scenarios. Out of that, we see better than a 70% chance, according to the European ensembles, that we get at least a tropical depression here in the Gulf. The European ensemble showing about a 1 in 3 chance of at least a tropical storm. But you also get the idea. Looks like this is most likely going to track in the general direction of Texas, and maybe only limited impacts from it, if any, in our part of the world. With that, let me go back to the rain map, kind of skip by it, but not expecting much rain, a 1/4 inch or less generally for many of us over the next 7 days, maybe a little more along the coast. So drought getting worse, likely to continue to get worse into next week. Mainly dry through the weekend, triple-digit heat, higher humidity. Monday and Tuesday, slight uptick in rain chances. We'll keep an eye on that system in the Gulf, but again, thinking right now, most of it stays a little bit south. And then beyond that, the heat builds again. We could see highs approaching 105 by next Thursday, triple digits right on into the following weekend. All right, 7:09 now. We've got some important news related to East Baton Rouge schools and that bus situation. Let's get back to Matt and Liz with more on that.
Steve, what a mess it's been. This morning, that latest update is that school in EBR starting 2 hours late because a number of bus drivers already called out today.
I was texting, you know this, I was texting with my wife and my younger daughter who jumps on the bus for EBR schools. I'm like, not sure about the situation this morning. Let me know what's going on. My daughter happens to be on a bus that's on its way to school right now. That is not the case for everybody. There are a number of sick outs because of what happened last night at the school board meeting. We're going to get to that in a quick second. What it means with this 2-hour delay is classes are delayed 2 hours.
Right.
The schools are going to be open. The teachers are there. So if your student arrives on a bus that's running, you're good to go.
Yes.
If you need to get your student on time in the mom and dad taxi, which of course you would because you got to go on to work,
right,
the school is open and teachers are there.
Yes.
The classes are delayed for 2 hours.
That's it. So again, I know a lot of parents are trying to figure out here, well, then I got to get my kid to school today. Grandma, as Johnny mentioned, aunts and uncles, trying to figure that out. The biggest impacts, we're told, are being seen in the Woodlawn area. So if you live in that part of the world, give a lot of people some grace right now. They're trying to figure out how to get those kids to school. And this is all stemming after a contentious board meeting there, a school board eventually approving a stipend for school bus drivers, but not necessarily the answer that drivers wanted. Remember, we're still at a shortage of 150 bus drivers. When you talk about a parish as large as EBR, that's a lot of kids unaccounted for.
That is. And so what's the answer truly going forward? I think what a lot of folks were wanting to see last night was an answer not just for the moment, not just perhaps maybe a Band-Aid, but an answer for the next number of years to come. And in a lot of people's minds, a stipend was not the answer. Stipend, one-time expenditure, right? Like a bonus kind of a thing, not a raise for years to come. So the answer last night was a stipend for bus drivers and aides and for mechanics, that kind of a thing. But this has now led to that sick out that we're seeing from some drivers this morning saying this is still not the solution we needed.
So obviously a big developing story today. We're still keeping our eyes on this to see how it develops, especially when it comes to pickup time for your kids. So we're keeping an eye on all of this. We're going to send you those updates through the 9 News app. All right,
some other things going on right now. This was, we want to take you to the big national headline. This continues to be the Maui wildfires, the recovery from it. You got people, the emergency management, head of emergency management resigning out there. There's a lot of literal fallout here.
Yeah, so that comes as the HEMA, the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, still taking a lot of heat about not activating those sirens. They said that they didn't activate it because people flee and go up the mountain. Well, that's where the fires were happening. So now mayor tasked with finding and appointing a brand new overseer of that agency. Death toll still at about 111 this morning.
We've told you some great ways you can be a part of helping here. Gray Media, our parent company, partnering with the Salvation Army. You can find that story. Donate easily.
Please.
Do what you can. Let's get you back into South Louisiana. Crime Stoppers trying to identify this person right here, a burglary suspect out of Baton Rouge.
This happened in Baton Rouge here at Babbling Brook Drive. Police tell us that this man took some things from that home, forcefully entered that home. I know it's kind of a nondescript picture, but if you share the photo, somebody may be able to identify this man. Call Crime Stoppers with tips.
Want to let you know about this. A big Black Business Month block party to celebrate black-owned businesses. This is going on. This is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. So head on out there, the main library, 5 to 8 p.m. This is a great opportunity to support small black business owners, right, in that very way. So come on out 5 to 8 p.m. If you want to RSVP there, got a big old link to do just that.
Right there. Can't miss it. Can't miss it. Want to make sure you know about this as well. BRCC hosting their Super Saturday Enrollment Event. BRCC, I don't know if you know this about BRCC. It's one of the, if you add up just total student body, it has grown beyond a lot of like four-year colleges in the state, getting a lot of attention. They want to make sure you know what's going on.
Goes to speak to all the different programs they have. If you'd like to see the variety of different things they're offering, go ahead and head out to their Super Saturday Enrollment Event. Tomorrow it's going to be at their Mid-City campus, and you can talk with advisors and meet with financial aid. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. One-stop registration process. Make it easy for you.
Want to let you know a little bit about a few things going on. We've got the big Southern University Southern Football Special airing right here on WAFB, streaming on the Plus on WAFB.com. It's all about the season to come for the Jags.
That's happening after the scrimmage tomorrow on Southern's campus. Our special is going to air at 6:30 right here on WAFB Plus. Our team has worked really hard. Kevin Batiste even sharing some teases on social media about the team. They are hyped. They're ready for the season.
They are hyped and ready. Speaking of getting hyped and ready, how about Vertical Horizon rocking out the folks in Baton Rouge for a fantastic cause? If you've been with us over the last couple of days, you know exactly what this is about.
Guys, we love when Jacques comes in to talk about this because he's so passionate for these military families, which this organization donating so much money to.
Yeah, both of those last stories go blue and go red, white, and blue. See what I did?
Look at that.
I see what you did.
Thank you very much.
Cute.
Speechless.
Is that all you got?
I left you speechless.
No, I know. I'm just thinking about this heat and
oh God, you're right.
all the grief I'm going to be catching this weekend.
Hey, you decided to do weather.
How I'm going to hide from it.
He decided to get into the weather business.
Look, man, it was brilliant the last couple days, and throw all the love on you, absolutely.
Yes.
Everybody knows you're controlling this thing. It's just, man, we're right back to the heat.
Right. That's why you've been warning people.
By the way, all kidding aside, we're glad he got into the weather business and he's with us.
You ain't lying.
Oh,
you ain't lying.
That's right. We're grateful you're here.
Very good.
We love us some Steve letting us know about all of this. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Take care.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.